Good evening, everybody. Welcome to join our European Study Talk tonight. As we all know, Europe is essential hub for arts and design. And when we're talking about arts and design, we should not miss Italy, which is one of a leading role in the global industry and business. And tonight, our feature school, IED, will be a feature school with the subject in design, with arts, and fashion, visual arts, communication, and management. And we have Mr. Vlad Serban. He is in charge of the Asia Pacific recruiting, and he will introduce the school and the program for us tonight. Let's welcome him.
Thank you, Jade, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. So in this presentation, I will introduce you to the IED world and talk about the programs we offer, the admission procedures, scholarships, career opportunities, and much more. Istituto Europeo di Design was founded in 1966 in Milan, and since then we've been operating in the fields of training and research in 4 main disciplines: so design, fashion, visual arts, communication, and management. IED network is made of 12 locations spread in 3 countries: Italy, Spain, and Brazil. We have a student body made of more than 10,000 students a year, coming from the 5 continents. Actually, more than 100 nationalities are represented in our international students community. We offer undergraduate courses, master, summer, semester, and continuing education programs. In Italy, IED network is made of 7 campuses in Milan, Rome, Turin, Cagliari, Florence, Venice, and then in Como, where the Academy of Fine Arts Aldo Galli is part of IED network. In Spain, we have 3 campuses, one in Madrid, one in Barcelona, and one in Bilbao. And in Brazil, where we are present with 2 campuses, one in Sao Paulo and the other one in Rio de Janeiro. The project culture is a very important feature in IED. This means that we train our students to be professional designers, able to manage and build complex projects. So our students, they learn to follow the entire design process since the very beginning. So from the starting from the idea, the concept, to the research, the evolution of the concept into a structured project, until the final delivery to the client and to the market eventually. We have a network made of more than 1,900 lecturers. The majority of them are professionals. Like more than 80% of our faculty is made of professionals, and the other 20% is made of academicians. But this is very important at IED. So we really want our students to have a high level of professional experience, and that's why we involve professional designers and experts in our programs. We do have limited number of students per class, so maximum 25, to guarantee a high level of interaction between each professor and all the students. Learning by doing is a must at IED. Is actually our philosophy and also our teaching methodology. This means that students participate in many laboratory activities, and they work on special projects with companies, along with regular lessons attendance. We work with a huge network of companies, and our students are involved in curricular and extracurricular activities, and they work actually on real projects in partnership with public institutions, private companies, agencies, and manufacturers. Hundreds of stakeholders are involved in this process. We currently have 5 areas of education in our campuses. So art and restoration, fashion, design, communication and management, visual arts and communication. We teach in English, of course. The majority of our programs are taught in English language. We do have, obviously, courses also in local language, so Italian and Spanish, for instance, or Portuguese in Brazil. But the majority of the programs are taught in English language in our campuses in Italy and Spain. So in the design department, the main programs that we offer are product design, transportation design, management, innovation, furniture design, interior, and service design. All the pictures that you see here in the presentation are actually projects made by our students, mostly for their graduation final project. So you can see these are a good example of what our students actually do in our school. So in the fashion department, we have fashion accessories design, fashion stylist and communication, fashion marketing and management, jewelry design, textiles. Visual arts and communication area, so from advertising and branding to communication design, illustration, animation and game design, graphic, media and interaction design, photography, sound design, video design, virtual arts. In the communication and management area, so from brand management and communication to business design, events and experience design, marketing and digital marketing. In the art and restoration area, so from arts management to arts and culture, curatorial practice, conservation and restoration of art. At IED, we have a huge alumni network made, a community actually, made of more than 120,000 former students coming from 90 countries across the 5 continents. So this is an international network of young professionals actually, who started their careers after graduating at IED, both in Europe and abroad. Just a few examples of what our students can do now after graduating. So what are the opportunities they have out there? For example, those interested in fashion will know for sure Maria Grazia Curie, who is the creative director at Dior, and she actually graduated at IED Rome. She studied fashion design, our undergraduate course in fashion design. And on the other side, a new story of success, very recent. Francesco Murano, he graduated in fashion design undergraduate course at IED Milan in 2019. He had a great success. Actually, one of his outfits designed for his final graduation collection was chosen by Beyonce's stylist, as you can see in the picture, and was actually worn by Beyonce herself. So in a very short time after his graduation, he managed to start a very successful career in the fashion industry. Bianca, for example, she graduated in our master course in fashion design at IED Milan. She's from Taiwan, actually. After graduating, she had an internship in Milan, in Italy. After the internship, she got an offer, a job offer in Taiwan from a big company, an important company in the field of synthetic fabrics and textiles, and she's now working there as a marketing designer. Then we have Bodin Han. He is from Hong Kong. He graduated in product design at IED Milan in the master course in product design. He, after graduating, he also worked for a while in Italy. Then he came back to Hong Kong and founded a design studio together with a former colleague, a former student who studied with him in the master course. And now they're working on very successful projects. And for example, in these days, now in this week, the Bodin's company is present at the Dubai Design Week with one of their projects. So a great opportunity for them. Every year, our students participate in important design competitions, creative competitions in the world. And here you can see a selection of some awards received by our students. So from design to fashion, to visual arts and communication, to management and communication. This also shows the quality of the education level that we have in our campuses, and also how students could apply their creative potential and obtain an important result. So a few information about our programs, so the courses that we offer. So you can see we have several typology of programs. So starting from the undergraduate courses, they last 3 years in Italy and 4 years in Spain. The programs are validated by the Ministry of Education. So at the end of your studies, you will obtain an official BA degree in design. The schedule of our undergraduate courses, actually of all our programs, is full-time. So which means that students study and work from Monday to Friday, from 5 to 6 hours per day, depending on the schedule. So it's a huge commitment, actually. In the postgraduate department, we offer 1 year full-time programs in Italy, and in Spain we also have part-time master courses with an evening formula or weekend formula. The level again here is very professional. Also in the postgraduate courses, of course, students have the chance to work on real projects with companies, as well as in our undergraduate program. So this element is present in all our academic offer. In the summer courses, students have the chance to have a short experience in the creative field. So we offer a wide range of programs in design, fashion, visual arts, art, communication, and management in both Italy and Spain. Different level of courses, from junior to introductory to advanced, also professional. So we offer these courses to students, like to teenager students, until professionals also wishing to have an update on specific fields. Then semester programs and 1 year abroad programs. So these courses are taught mostly for students who are already studying at university and want to have a short experience in one of our campuses, and also those who are willing to have a longer experience. So we do have also 1 year programs. In some cases, also a credit evaluation is possible once you go back to your home university. A few words about our application procedure. So the process is very simple. It's done entirely online. So after selecting the course you're interested in and submitting your a request through our website, you'll be in touch with an IED advisor who will guide you through the admission procedure. Basically, we ask you to provide a few documents, so your ID, your passport, then your high school diploma copy if you're applying to an undergraduate course, and your bachelor diploma if you are applying to master course. Then a motivational letter is also mandatory, a portfolio, and then you have to prove the language proficiency. So for courses taught in English language, we ask B2 level of knowledge, which is equivalent to an IELTS 5.5 or TOEFL 68. So you can show your proficiency in the language, in English language, by providing a language certificate or by doing our language evaluation test, which is done online on Skype. It's a conversation on Skype with our language professor who will evaluate your proficiency. Then there's the admission interview, motivational interview. For undergraduate courses, it's mandatory. For master courses, it depends on the course you apply. After the interview, you will receive the feedback on your application, and if admitted, you'll be ready to apply for a visa. We will send the original document, visa documents to your address. Every year, we also support young creatives through a set of financial aid instruments, so from scholarships to promotions and other kind of early bird discounts. Scholarships are a very important opportunity that we provide every year, both for undergraduate and master applicants. So I suggest you to have a look to our website and to be updated on the opportunities that we have. Usually we organize creative competition, so where we ask students to submit a project, then we evaluate the projects and we award scholarships. In all our campuses, we have professional laboratories equipped with the most advanced machines, tools, instruments for the students to work on their projects. So you can find in our laboratories 3D printers, laser cutters, routers, milling equipment, vinyl, high-speed plotters, printmaking. Then we have photo studios, lighting laboratories, green rooms, video green rooms, and also textiles lab and other knitwear laboratories, for example. These are actually the places where students can put into practice the theory they learn during the regular lessons, and also the places where you will work on the projects together with your colleagues. So there's a lot of team working, and also where you will eventually meet the representatives of the companies that are involved in the projects. So we collaborate with companies at multiple levels. So both staff, IED staff and students work together on workshops, final projects, extracurricular sponsored projects. So in some cases, we do have sponsorships from from our partner companies. Then tailor-made courses, and also the students that participate in exhibitions and competitions. We do have also tailor-made courses. These are actually modular didactic packs, so where a team of qualified professionals share their experience, and they provide tutoring on specific topics that could be selected. And we also involve our students in special projects. These are another nice experience now that our students could be involved in, because these are project work experiences developed in partnership with public institutions, private companies, agencies, and any other kind of client. In most of cases, are the companies themselves that get in touch with us, asking for groups of students to work on specific topics. This is the last information that I want to share with you. It's a selection of some companies that worked with us, with IED, during the courses. So, for example, students had the chance to collaborate with these companies on specific projects included in the schedule of the program, and also for final projects, so for graduation projects, and also after graduation for internship opportunities. We do have placement office dedicated to assist our students in building their portfolio and CV first, and then finding internship opportunities. So we put here some well-known brands just to give you the idea of the potential that we offer to our students. We are actually like a platform to introduce the students into the job market. Of course, we work also with local companies. So these are international, mostly international brands, but we do work also with local companies, agencies, manufacturers, and so on. So there are hundreds of possibilities in the market. Every year, you have several opportunities to meet us, to meet our staff. We organize open days, and both in presence and virtual, of course, and also personal meetings with our advisors. Then we visit many countries every year to participate in fairs, exhibitions, and conferences. We visit high schools and universities also to do meetings with students, and also propose creative workshops, for example. And then, of course, you can always meet us online, asking for counseling sessions with our advisors. Also participate in webinars and our online open days. So that's all from my side. Now, if you have questions, please ask. And in the meanwhile, actually, I would like to show you, to close my speech, to show you an IED introductory video to let you have an idea of what's going on in our school. After the video, we can start the Q&A session.
Yep.
Okay.
Now let's welcome the questions from our audience. Shall we?
Sure.
Please feel free if you have any questions regarding the program or application, you can leave your message in the Q&A part on the Zoom application. You just mentioned there would be scholarship for excellent students. Could you please probably elaborate more on this? Like how could student be qualified for that and how can they apply for it? And
Yes.
like how many numbers, how many students might have it every year?
Yes, sure. Yeah, first of all, we offer this opportunity for both undergraduate and master programs in different periods of the year. For example, in very soon, in the next few days, we'll publish on our website the new scholarship competition opportunity for undergraduate courses. So starting next year, for next year intake, so October 2022. The formula is a competition, which means that is a creative competition. We publish the guidelines, including the briefing, the topic actually that will be discussed, will be analyzed by the students. We ask basically students to elaborate a project, then send their project to us, and the IED academic board will evaluate all the projects received, and the winners will have usually a 50% scholarship on the tuition fee. Regarding the number of scholarships, usually it's one scholarship for each course, so one for each undergraduate course, and the same is valid for master programs. So the typology is the same, basically. So both in Italy, in our campuses in Italy, and also the ones in Spain.
So it's like a global competition.
Yes, right.
In the same program.
Yes, it's open to, well, actually, yeah, it's open, of course, to all international students. Right. For the undergraduate courses, usually the topic is, for the undergraduate candidates, the topic is more general, while for master candidates, right. We might adapt the topic of the competition to each course. So the competition might be different, changing from a course to another one.
I see. Of course. Also, could you please probably talk about the application? For example, what are those required documents should be submitted for application? For example, do they need to submit their transcripts? Do they need a language certificate? Do they have to submit portfolio for like in general, or it might differ among programs?
Yes, you mean for the application, the standard application, not for the scholarship, right?
Yeah, for general application.
Yes, for undergraduate applicants, we ask them to provide a copy of their high school diploma certificate, right? Or if they're not, if they didn't finish the school yet, they can provide a provisional certificate. Then they have to write a motivational letter, so explaining their willing to join the course, the contribution that they will bring to the course eventually, and in general, the reasons behind their decision to join that specific course. Then a portfolio is also required. Actually, most of the evaluation made by us is done on the creative potential of the students. So that's why we mostly evaluate the portfolio, and the motivation is also very important.
Right.
And we have also, as part of the admission procedure, a motivational interview, an admission interview actually, which is mostly based on the motivational letter that students will submit. And then the last requirement is, last but not least, is the language proficiency. So let's say the student decides to study a course in English language.
Right.
An intermediate level is required, which is IELTS 5.5, for example, or TOEFL 68. And the same is valid for courses taught in Italian language or Spanish language. So the minimum level to access the course is B2 level, so it's an intermediate level.
All right. What about if they are applying for master program?
Yes, for master programs, yeah, the requirements are pretty much the same. In addition, so all the documents and requirements that I said before are basically valid. Also, they apply also for master applicants. In addition, they have to submit a copy of their transcripts, the university transcripts, and also a CV. Then the other documents are the same. The procedure also is the same. And yeah, in some cases, for master applicants, we evaluate only the portfolio and CV without an admission interview. In other cases, an admission interview or an additional test is also required. It depends on the course, and it also depends on the student's profile, of course.
Regarding the master application, is there any minimum level of GPA?
No.
All right. Probably would you like to talk about the next intake for 2022?
Yes, actually, we have a master intake which is approaching. I mean, it's coming because will be January. So the next master intake is in January, and applications are still open. We're still evaluating. We're still evaluating applications from students coming from all over the world. So you're still in time to apply for our master programs, both in Italy and Spain, because they will start very soon in January. So if you already chose a course that you want to study, I suggest you to submit your application through our website. And if you are, of course, if you are already in the middle of an admission process, you will be you have a feedback in the next few days, and then you'll be ready to apply for a visa. And we, of course, we are always available to support the students in this process.
I see.
And then then we have the undergraduate intake in 2022, which will be October. So our undergraduate programs, the first year of the undergraduate programs, they start in October. And in this period of the year, we usually start receiving the first applications for next year's undergraduate intake now, because the procedure, also the bureaucratic procedure, might take some time to be completed. And then we have our summer programs starting next year in July. So in the end of June, beginning of July, also the summer programs will start.
Is there any deadline for application?
Well, we don't really have like a deadline written in on our website or in the admission documents, but we accept applications until we reach the maximum number of enrolled students in the class, of participants actually, which is 25 more or less. So we suggest students, especially of course international students, not to consider at least 2 months before the beginning of so not later than 2 months before the beginning of the course now, because they will need, besides the admission procedure, which is quite fast in our school, they have to consider also the visa application procedure and the time needed to organize the travel accommodation. And so that's why we usually advise to apply not later than 2 months before. International students, of course. For European students, it's different.
All right. I think like the working experience or any competition experience are not required, but would you suggest them to put it in their CV? Would be a plus for them.
Yes, sure. Well, actually, this applies mostly to what you said, applies mostly to students who already have some experience, of course. So I guess applying for a master programs, sure, if they participated in any competition or similar events and they have a visible result, they can of course include it in the application, because it's an additional proof of their commitment and their willingness to start a professional career in that specific field. So yes, I think it could be a good idea. Why not? It's something more about your own personality, your own professional experience.
You mentioned like when school is evaluating the applicants, like their motivation letter and their portfolio are the most important elements.
Yeah.
What would you suggest them to prepare for both of these, like for portfolio and for motivation letter? Like how can they prepare both of them in order to get over?
Yes, well, in the motivational letter, the important thing is expressing yourself in a way that we understand what's behind your choice to apply for that specific course, first of all, and then how you think you will contribute to the success of the course by bringing your own experiences, your point of view, for example, and your creative potential in general. So we want to understand two things: now, why you really want to apply to that course, and how you think you will contribute to the course. And also a third element, which are your expectations. So what you want, what do you expect from this course after studying? No? So this is what we evaluate in the motivation interview. Then in the portfolio, well, it really depends. It really depends on the course you want to apply. But in general, what we evaluate, what we want to see in the portfolio is your creative potential. So not really the level of your technical skills, but your creativity. So this is what you should be able to present when sending a portfolio. So your creative potential. And then again, this is different for undergraduate and master applicants, of course, because for the master courses, in some specific courses, also a technical level some technical skills are required. While for the undergraduate courses, we don't ask for any previous knowledge and that's another important information. For the undergraduate courses, you don't need any previous experience in design or pattern making or graphic design, for instance, because we say we provide the students with all the tools they need to learn since the very beginning. So they're all on the same level in the beginning. For the masters is different, of course, because some previous experience is required. So also an advanced technical preparation in some cases.
There are different campuses. What will be the difference if they are studying master fashion in Rome or in Milan?
Yes, I'm also reading this question. Well, first thing is that we offer a master in fashion design only in Milan. So this already answers to the question, but in very quickly, I can tell you that what is the real difference. So a course in fashion design is pretty much the same in Milan, in Rome, in Barcelona, in I don't know, in Rio de Janeiro. The real difference, the main difference, stays in the place, in the environment that you have, no? Because in Rome, in Milano, in other cities, there is a completely specific set of, let's say, companies, manufacturers, professionals, events, exhibitions, cultural life. So what's really different is the place. This is what we call this is a Latin expression, comes from Latin language. The name is genius loci, which means spirit of the place. That's a very important concept that we also take into great consideration in our schools when we have a, let's say, I saw someone else. Hello, in our
that would
in our video. It means that I have to hurry up, I guess.
Kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Now, just to conclude, no. So that's the main difference. Now it's all related to the place, the city, the place, the region where you study.
All right. Very quick to the last one. We have a audience who holds the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Fashion Design States. What will be the difference in the Master of Fashion and Fashion Styling and Communication focus?
So the question would be, which is the difference between a master course in fashion design and a master course in fashion styling and communication? This is the question. Okay, well, I understood that I have to hurry up. So to answer this question, it takes quite a lot of time. So I would suggest the student to get in touch with me on my by writing an email to me, or maybe writing a message to you, Jade, and you can put the student in touch with me, and I can answer this question directly to him, because it takes quite a few time to answer. No, that's don't
you probably need some syllabus.
Yes, also yes, I think it would be, yeah, I think it's better
like
for
if you
the
can
student.
email.
Yes. So we can talk about it later with taking our time.
Sure, of course. All right. That's probably everything we had for IED tonight. If you have any questions, you can write to Vlad, would you like to leave your email here?
Yes.
In chat? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
here it is.
So all of our attendee can reach you by the email that you can find it
Yeah.
on chat.
Perfect. Thank you so much,
Perfect.
Jade.
Thank you for
So
joining us. and
thank
for enjoying.
you, everybody, for being with us for this 40 minutes. Wish you a great afternoon. Bye.
And right. You too. Grazie.
Prego.